Alright, we're gonna do another short hop to a beach runway. Don't know what that is, but we'll see. I think 9,000 feet will do, buddy. I need my GNT. Yep, check the VFR procedures. Now this is kind of a special airport because it doesn't have a ramp like we know. Wait. Because there was something with this aircraft. We are parked all the way here and we're gonna taxi down a very small shingle path, really, to the runway. There it is, you can see the shingles. Now we're in the grass, so I'm gonna pull back on the stick. A little more pressure on the nose wheel. And this is a real airport. I looked it up. There's no gate. Then how the hell am I supposed to get to that runway? This is what I landed on, by the way. But then how are you supposed to get there if that fence doesn't open? Is this the runway? Gotta get some flaps in. Airspeed live. Always nice having that tree sticking out in the middle of nowhere. Now I can just follow the coastline because, as I said, it is a beach runway. I wonder if you guys can pick up on what I forgot. It's right in this cove to the right here. So it's really not that far, and the next 2 or 3 legs are not that far either, so we're gonna do a couple of flights in one clip. The runway is off to my 11 o'clock, well, runway. It's a patch of sand that they cleared of rubble and washed up tree trunks. So I'm just gonna prep my aircraft. Very short flight, as I said. The airports in this pack are really close together. So it's more like you take off and get ready to land. Right there is where the strip is. Again, there's a few cottages. I've been here. I had to recon the area before, you know, wanting to land here. This is one of those scenes where you'd expect a T-Rex to come out of the forest and devour your team. Not you, of course, you're the hero of the story, but we are getting Isla Nubla for Flight Sim, which means that you can actually see the dinosaurs. The fun thing is, a few weeks ago I was discussing these possibilities with Microsoft Copilot, the built-in AI. Okay, this is the runway. No, this is not it. Because there's rubble here. And it's way too close to the water anyway, so this is it. And we were discussing the possibility of making such a scenery. And boom, Orbix comes out and says, well, we're working on it. I don't believe in coincidences. Touchdown. It's not a very nice beach. There's a lot of wood here. Plants that I don't trust. I've seen too many movies, people. Let's take a look around. There's no restrictions, you can really walk anywhere, which is kind of cool. The next airport actually has a nice office that you can walk into. But it would be awesome just to be here, you know. And there's some nice patches of sand where you can lie down in the sun. But it's winter here in Australia because we are on the southern hemisphere. It is becoming summer, well, spring and then summer. So the weather is going to change for the better here. But yeah, for now it is not that warm as it would be normally. We have seen snow in the other airport that I was, Quinton's Lodge. Do we actually leave footsteps in the sand here? Well, this is more rock based, this isn't real sand. I wonder if you can walk in the water. I don't think you can. I don't trust this at all. I really don't. I just saw the newest Jurassic Park and there are some dinosaurs in there and mutant dinosaurs, I think they are. That scared the crap out of me. There is a few cabins here that you can walk up to, but nothing else. But I think we're going back to our aircraft and get ready for the next leg. I think we're gonna do that. My trustworthy Cessna 182 Quebec, made by Coronado, one of my favorite GA creators, so to say, publishers. Alright, let's see. What's the next leg? Where is my cheat sheet? Big Bay Beach Strip. And we're going to NZ32. Hope River Airstrip. Well, that sounds interesting. Find route. Not that far either. Okay. Flight plan is in the computer.
Queens, Town Tower, New Zealand 5651, request cross runway 1432. New Zealand 5651, cross runway 1432, report vacated. Cross runway 1432, report vacated. New Zealand 5651.
That's Queensland ATC that you're hearing. We monitor that for traffic that may come our way. You can see the smoke plumes on of the cottages. If you wanna, if you wanna use this airfield, you have
New
to
Zealand
call in
5651,
ahead,
continue taxi via Bravo.
and they'll clean up the cottages and make sure
Continue
that
taxi via Bravo. New Zealand 5651.
there are enough supplies. Watch your flaps.
Velocity 115, report vacated.
Of course, an off-field
Report vacated.
landing like
Velocity
this
115.
does take risks with it. Usually you'd overfly the field to check if the runway was clear. I know the runway was clear, I've just been here. But that's standard procedure. You overfly the field, and
Queenstown Tower, Cantos 177 on final 05. Queenstown Tower, velocity 115, runway vacated. Cantos 177, wind 005 degrees at 3 knots. Clear to land 05.
the runway starts here at the windsock, I believe.
Clear to land, runway 05, Cantos 177. Velocity 115, taxi to gate Romeo 8. Via Alpha Charlie Bravo, hold short at runway 1432.
Now if the sea's been rough,
Taxi to gate Romeo 8. Via Alpha Charlie Bravo, hold short at runway 1432. Velocity 115.
that water of course will have made landing here nearly impossible because of all the wood on the shoreline. But when you call ahead, they'll clean it up and make sure that you can land here. Now this is another beachfront property where we're flying to, so what I'm gonna do is take off, head to the left, fly around this big mountain. Come on, come on, come on, there we go, good girl. I'm having so much fun in this Cessna, I swear to God.
Cantos 177, report vacated.
It's more powerful than a
Report
182,
vacated. Campus 177.
172. Alright, flaps up. And a sailboat heading into the cove or out.
Queenstown Tower. Campus 177. Runway vacated. Campus 177. Taxi to gate Romeo 4. Via Alpha Charlie Bravo. Hold short of runway 1432.
As I stated before, New Zealand, of course, is the backdrop
Taxi to gate Romeo 4.
of many,
Via Alpha
many
Charlie Bravo. Hold short of
movies.
runway 1432. Campus 177.
Same as Iceland. There's something weird going on with Iceland and Greenland. Iceland
Queenstown Tower. Velocity 115. Request cross runway 1432.
has almost no ice. Greenland has nothing but ice.
Velocity
What's
115.
going on?
Cross runway 1432. Report vacated.
Were these people thinking, oh, come on, let's mess with
Cross
people.
runway 1432. Report vacated. Velocity 115.
We'll call one Greenland and the other one Iceland, but they're not what the title says they are. I don't know what's going on. And New Zealand, we in the Netherlands have a Zeeland, not new, it's pretty old. So that's confusing. Two Zealands.
Queenstown Tower. Velocity 115. Runway vacated.
Alright, let's see where we're headed.
Velocity 115. Continue taxi. Via Bravo. Continue taxi. Via Bravo. Velocity 115.
Yeah, I can keep following this coastline here. But I like flying here. It's challenging. I mean, it's totally different than the Australia tour, where most of the runways were paved and set and altitude set. It's only 12 miles.
Queenstown Tower. Campus 177. Request cross runway 1432. Campus 177. Cross runway 1432. Report vacated. Cross runway 1432. Report vacated. Campus 177.
Now I will overfly this airport because I haven't been here yet. So I need to know what the situation is on the ground.
Queenstown Tower. Campus 177. Runway vacated. Campus 177. Continue taxi. Via Bravo. Continue taxi. Via Bravo. Campus 177.
Cove, it's the next one.
Queens,
See
Pound
that
Tower.
dotted
Velocity
line?
161 on final 05.
That is actually the approach route to the runway, so that's
Velocity 161, wind 035 degrees at 3 knots.
what
Clear
we're
to
gonna
land,
follow.
runway
But
05.
I'm gonna descend to, I think, about
Clear to land 05. Velocity 161.
at 1,000 foot. I should get a good idea of what we're dealing with.
Velocity 161, report vacated. Report vacated. Velocity 161. Queens, Pound Tower. Velocity 161, runway vacated. Velocity 161, taxi to gate Romeo 2. Via Alpha Charlie Bravo, hold short at runway 1432.
Yep, it's on the beach.
Taxi to gate Romeo 2. Via Alpha Charlie Bravo, hold short at runway 1432. Velocity 161.
And I'm going lower than 1,000 because of the branches and everything that might be obstructing the runway. Trees on both sides, that is never good. Is that the runway? It has a bend in it. How am I supposed to land there? To the brush. Side load. On the brakes, 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 brakes. Yeah, this is for helicopters. This is not for Cessnas. I am not going to get away from this. Trust me. That is not gonna happen, so... Oh, God. You know that scene in Made in America with Tom Cruise where he takes on too much coke and hits the bushes? That's gonna happen here. I am not gonna be able to take off from this. A little ramp on the end there. Now I've got to be real careful because this is real critical. NZ31 is right around the corner to the north. I don't even have to make a flight plan for that. Yeah, I knew that was not gonna happen. Maybe with a KitFox or something like that, a STOL aircraft, the V-STOL aircraft, but not with a Cessna. Not with half fuel tanks. Alright, we'll check out this other airport right around the corner here in that, what is that, a Delta? Looks like it. There was a little ramp at the end that helped. But if this is the same type of airport, we're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna risk my aircraft. All these NZ airports. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's here. Oh no, It is. You're not gonna tell me that this is the runway. Yeah, forget it. Not with this aircraft, we're not. NZ17 is not on the list. NZMW. NZ35 is on the list. Let's see. That's a nice valley. This might be doable. There's at least a decent in and out. Yeah, I could definitely see herds of Brachiosaurus and Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus. What else do I know? Triceratops, Protoceratops. As I said, as a kid, I was a huge fan of dinosaurs. If I had to do a report on school in first grade, it would either be about airplanes, wars, and dinosaurs. And I see the runway, and it is semi-hardened. Might switch to a KitFox and fly back and or a Piper Cub, fly back and try the other runway, because I really don't want to skip any of my airports on the list, and I have capable aircraft to do that. I even have helicopters if the need arises. Watch out for the fences. And the sheep. Ah! John Deere! Yes, people, I know my tractors. Oh, it actually drives. And there's cows. Yep, that's a John Deere. Sheep! He's got a manure spreader and a case. Is that a case? Looks like a case. There's nobody in it. These must be those new... no, that's not a case because it has yellow wheels. And we have cows here. He's got real farm equipment. These guys from NZA, they really take their job seriously. You can see a JCB, a telehandler, and there is a water or manure tank here. There's a tipper here. The cows don't move, but I understand that. That would be to... This isn't Farming Simulator. But it looks like it. I mean... They're baling and getting the bales from the field there. You can see that. Oh, these look like bulls. Oh, they look good. Yeah, this is nice. Look at this. It's not a JCB, by the way. It's orange. Look at the details showing up all of a sudden. You know what would be cool? To be able to get in that car and just drive around. There's another manure spreader, a tipper. Baling transport. The old ways. We have posters like that hanging around and pictures of how my in-laws used to do it. A plow. There's some pretty decent detail here, people. This is nice. I like this. This is a no smoking area. Well, our entire farm is a no smoking area for that matter. This is cool. Okay, what I was planning on doing was trade in my Cessna for something a little more usable for these smaller airfields, because there's a couple of them coming up and I really want to get the whole experience, so to say. So I need, like, well, this would work maybe, the X-Cub, but that's a taildragger. I don't like taildraggers, so it would probably become this one. Or let's see, what else do I have in that category? The CTSL would work. It has a very low stall speed. Because that's the thing, you have to fly. Here we go. That's a stage 2. Yeah, I think we're gonna... take this one. Now I have to remember what airfield I was on. I think it was N35. No. NZ35, sorry, my bad. Cascade Station airstrip. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna park it small. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, we're in the barn. That's cool. The farmer was kind enough to, you know, let us use the barn for the night. But it has to be daylight because these airfields have nothing on lighting or anything. So, all right. The wigwag? What the hell is the wigwag? Oh, that's cool. No, start power off. Fuel on. Where is the battery? Master switch. Avionics on. Start power. Fuel pumps. Strobe. Nav. Then it does nothing. It has an autopilot, so that's kind of cool. Parking brake, EMS backup. No, it's on start power, so that's good. Avionics is on. Lane A, lane B. Yeah. Flight director on. no power. It's just rolling along. These aircraft are so lightweight. You're gonna see how quickly she takes off. And I should be able to visit those other two fields that I couldn't visit before. It is a taildragger. I'm not too happy about that, but well, I need to practice my taildragging anyway. Oh, watch out. Oh, the army is here. The Royal Australian Air Force. And airborne, and that's all you need. That's all you need. Trim down, flaps up. Keep away from the barber pole. That on the primary flight display. That's this display, people. You can see the speed indicator, and then you have these regions. I am now in the yellow, which means be gentle with the flight controls. Where you don't want to be, that is up at that barber's pole, which is here. That's the overspeed region. Look how quickly she climbs. I mean, that's because of the weight. She isn't heavy at all. Alright, we'll go this way because that's where the other airport was, the one that I skipped. Sometimes you just have to go back to basics. Well, basics is bullshit because this aircraft has everything my Cessna has. It has a autopilot, it has a very nice navigation system. Big wheels, that's for the really outdoor off-grid landings that you make. So those are the landings that we're gonna try here. So I'll fly the KitFox for now on, let's see, 1, 2 more legs at least. I might even fly back to the airfield where I nearly crashed my Cessna and train a little bit there. The thing is, with Flight Sim, how do I put this? I feel real emotions when I'm flying over like New Zealand. This is on the other side of the world from my country. I'll never get here in real life. And yet here I am flying a KitFox at 3,000 feet, and I'm about to land at an airfield that almost nobody knows it's there. It's amazing. I mean, I remember the first time I played Flight Simulator. I think it's Flight Simulator 2.0. that was the one. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. She really likes to go into overspeed. Now, where is that other airfield? So these KitFoxes, you buy them as a kit. You build them yourself. That's the whole idea behind it. All right, let's use the autopilot for a while, because I have to take care of my shoulder. There we go. So they come in these big crates and detailed instructions, and you build them yourself, and then you start flying them, of course. You can buy them pre-built. If you're not a wrench monkey or have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Ah, that's the cockpit light. Alright, let's see, because it's not showing airports. NZ32 to NZ31. So first coming up is the beach airport. And then we'll fly back north. I just entered the flight plan. We'll make a touch and go instead of a full stop. There's the runway off to my 11 o'clock. Landing a taildragger is slightly different, but as I said, we're gonna do a touch and go. that's 4 touch and goes. And a side slip. Easy. Yep, I am not good with taildraggers. Oh, come on, nose down, girl. Alright, runway 04 is coming up. It's behind this.
Queenstown Tower. Velocity 161 on final 05.
Behind this piece of land here.
Velocity 161, wind 015 degrees at 3 knots. Clear to land 05. Clear to land 05. Velocity 161. Velocity 161, report vacated. Report vacated. Velocity 161. Queens, Town Tower. Velocity 161, runway vacated. Velocity 161, taxi to gate Romeo 5. Via Alpha Charlie Bravo, hold short of runway 1432. Taxi to gate Romeo 5. Via Alpha Charlie Bravo, hold short of runway 1432. Velocity 161. Queens, Town Tower. Velocity 161. Request cross runway 1432. Velocity 161. Cross runway 1432. Report vacated. Cross runway 1432. Report vacated. Velocity 161.
Yep, with a KitFox you can make it. This is the airport that I landed in the brushes with.
Queens, Town Tower. Velocity 161. Runway vacated.
Now
Velocity 161. Continue taxi via Bravo.
I made only 2 bounces.
Continue taxi via Bravo. Velocity 161.
That was my best landing so far in a taildragger. Oh, Airwolf. The blue wolf. That was good. And that was really slow, which goes against my instincts. But hey, we made it. What's the next one? NZ31 to NZ35. Cascade Lagoon to NZ35, which is where we just came from with the cows and all, but I have to go back there or I won't be able to pick up the rest of the route. There's the runway. Very tiny, but it is there. After this landing, I'm gonna take a little break. The other airports on the list are a bit bigger. Some of them are international airports like Auckland. easy. Right. Nice. I like this aircraft. I like this aircraft. Alright, I'm gonna have some lunch and I'll talk to you guys for part 2 of this video, because this is going to be a longer one because I had to do all these smaller flights with a proper aircraft that could do them, so I'll be back. Alright, slightly bigger aircraft, but I tried it before I was recording this and it works. We can do this. So That's the runway. left the ignition on. That's why it wanted to start again. Why doesn't this door open? Well, we made it. Yep, I'm gonna find a place to sleep. Okay, you cannot enter here, that's too bad. Well, there she is. And that's it for this episode. It's a longer one. With a lot of crisscrossing through smaller fields and switching to the KitFox, which is a really nice aircraft. And then back to my bigger Cessna 408, I think it's called. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next leg, which is, let's see, Wanaka to... yeah, I haven't finished the list yet. It's bad. Glen Tana Aerodrome at the northwest end of Lake Pukaki in New Zealand. So that's the next leg. So for now, I wish you all a great Sunday, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.